Hello everyone, welcome to another episode on the Siblings Den channel. My name is Wingless Dragon and I've reached 2000 rank on my mine. This has been, I've actually had it for a little while. I've been meaning to make this video a little bit sooner, but then Pixelmon came out, so I got distracted on that for a bit. But I've been wanting to make this video for a while as a companion piece to my other video for those that are wanting to start prisons and how to get things moving along. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. This will be a companion piece to that one on what you should do basically soon afterwards. But I'm going to split this video into two parts. The first part is reaching rank 2000, and then the other part is what you want to do before prestiging to one where you have to restart and start leveling up and reaching up all over again. So this will be sort of a what to do after the fact so that you can start prestiging a little bit faster each time you get into the cycle of going through all the mine ranks over again while you prestige. So without further ado, let's get started with some of the things you should be doing in regards to getting you to rank 2000 on your mine. Let's go. Woo! Now, I really don't expect everyone to keep mining over and over and over and over and over again all the time. So with that in mind, what you want to really consider doing is maxing out your coring machine as soon as possible. The reason why is this guy is amazing when your mine is still in the smaller stages to get loads of Etokens while you AFK. If we take a look at it right now, you'll see that the intervals of when the Quarry procs is every 46 seconds. So let's just round up real quick. I know it says 46, but let's just say it's every minute. That means that your mine is basically getting you additional E-tokens and destroying blocks every minute or sooner than that. So that's about 60 times an hour. So all that is additional E-tokens you can have while you're just AFKing at your mine. Now, this will be great because then when, let's just say you're sleeping or you're waiting for things to come in from voting parties and stuff like that, which you'll be getting some if you vote as well, you'll be getting those keys, but then this will let you get your extra blocks as well, so that in the morning or afterwards, after a short session of waiting around, you might have enough E-tokens to either upgrade and enchant some of your things on your pickaxe, your backpack, or even making sure that your coring machine is maxed out even more for that. And we'll just quickly go through all the numbers, but it does cost quite a bit. It will be very beneficial getting through it. So the only one out of all of them that doesn't take E-tokens is Fortune and Efficient. These ones you're gonna have to get from the dungeons by defeating mobs. They'll drop little items that can be added to your quarry machine by booping it onto the machine, and you'll be able to set up your fortune up to 150 and have the efficiency at 100. And you want to get these done almost as soon as possible. Afterwards, everything else is ranked up to 10,000, and you should be able to get these sorted out fairly quickly, and you could just do it in stages. I think there is one that's better than the other one, but at the end, Jackhammer, Explosive, and Lasers are the quickest ones to upgrade because they're the cheapest, but then the other ones have a bit more and get more when they're upgraded as well, but they do cost a little bit more. But once you have these maxed, you end up getting quite a bit, and you'll see that it's already destroyed 50 million, and then have that with the multiplier of selling the blocks, and it's just really useful to have as an AFK machine for money. Just to quickly look at it, you can see that with the maxed out Jackhammer, it was able to get 1,300,000 blocks excavated, which ended up translating to 62 million E-tokens, and that's just every minute or even sooner than that. So again, getting this guy upgraded, maxed out, and fully going will help you so much more, getting things moving ahead so that you're not always mining all the time, that you can advance yourself much further. Now, something to look into and how to look into these things without having to spend real world money is skins. Let's talk about that. Now, skins can be expensive, and there's a whole slew of them, up to 12, that you can get in any way, shape, or form. You could get these from the skin keys, either by purchasing them with gold coins, or you can look at the auction house to purchase them. Now, the ones on the auction house are going to be sold with beacons. So if you have been voting, if you are trading things out for using your city to get some beacons, this is where you can either trade them for gold coins to purchase the keys to hope to gamble it, or trade it out, get beacons, and end up getting getting yourselves one from the auction house. And this can vary all the time. People tend to sell various things like Emerald Dragons, Cursed Scythe, Tectonic Drill. If you'd like a full breakdown of all of the skins, check out the video that I've made breaking all 12 of them down and ranking them as to which one is the best. But needless to say, any of them, if you don't have any, is better than not having any at all, because it adds another element to your mining that improves getting you blocks. So for example, if you have Beacon Obliterator like I do, I'm able to get 500, near 600,000 blocks each time, which gives me an additional 27. This one's a skin that lets you trigger it anytime you want, but you have other ones that end up being useful when you proc them instead, and you'll see that there's a variety of them that you can get. They all get you different levels of blocks, they all have different little abilities, but all of them will get you additional blocks and get you additional funds while you trigger everything else. So don't just take a look at the enchantments that you need to get done. Take a look at what it is that you need to do with regards to your pickaxe that can give you that edge over everything. Speaking of skins, there are the pickaxe skins, but also consider getting yourself a set of armor to get you that additional multiplier. When you have a skin set that's added, you get a multiplier that can help you gain even more blocks as you mine and as it gets sold. If we go back, in this case, I have an emerald set, and if you look at the emerald set, once you have the set perk set up, in this case, it's 0.5 times more. This is essentially the second best set of armor, the best one being the sinful set, so chestplate, leg, all that stuff, but then you can get either a set of ender chestplate or a set of emerald for 0.5 cell booster, or the sapphire, ruby, amethyst. These three, if you get the set, can get you 2.5, and then the lower ones are all 0.1. Doesn't matter what it is, if you start with a set that's the lowest and reach yourself the highest, any of them with the multiplier is better than nothing. And you can take a look at auction house, or you might get the set if you start looking at it through buying the skin keys. These items can help you with multiplying how many blocks you get, and so these can help you rank up faster. Again, you could just be working to get beacons and spending them on getting those pieces rather than spending it on getting gold coins or having to buy gold coins to get the keys to hopefully get some. So there are ways, usually through the auction house. Just remember /AH, go there, and then if you go to miscellaneous, you'll see that people are leaving their various skins and items all over the place in case you need them. The only thing to consider is that do not get pickaxe skins that are not the 12 of them. They're the only ones, the legendaries and mythicals and godly ones are the only ones that have abilities. All of the other ones don't, so don't purchase those ones. And you need a full set and have to equip your armor for the armor sets to work. You cannot just have it set and then not wear armor. You need to have it on you for the multiplier to work. Something else that you should get right from the get-go, and I mentioned this in the intro video on how to start prisons, is get yourself at least a rare pet. These could be very useful in regards to just the ability that you're looking for, which is pet explosions. You can only get this on a pet that's rare or up, but these will always be very useful for when you're mining, that it takes out the whole mine and you're able to get all of the blocks from that, so long as you have enough capacity in your backpack to fill it up. The other thing that's really good is the enchantment buffs, and depending on which ones you're wanting to work on, this can help you a lot, either to help you with the cell multi if it's on your own mine, to improve your fortune so that the blocks are worth a little bit more, or if you want to trigger more blocks when you mine and use prosperity, or any of the other specific abilities you are looking to use that you like using. Any of these, while it levels up, will help you out a lot. In this case, I'm looking once to get myself more blocks, so I was looking more into the ones that have cell multi and fortune. If you take a look, I have other pets as well, and I even have some that are epic, but they do not have enchantments that I want, and I'd have to work on leveling them up again. But if you have a few commons or a few rares, what you can do is start breeding them and just have a chance to get them into becoming a better or a different pet, and let that work itself, so that once it's done, you might get a better epic pet, a better rare pet, or which ones that you breed, and then hope that you get one that works the best for what it is that you want. Make sure to have a pet, and this is the reason why you want to have it. You could start working your mine out And when you're inside, you can reset it on your mine or one that you have control over on a friend's. And when you reset, it will trigger the pet explosion, and it'll give you the blocks for all of them that has triggered. And in this case, I'm most likely getting more than, I got about 200 million blocks out of that. So it gave me pretty much 1 billion just from that pet explosion. That's 1 billion. And that's without the armor multiplier, because I completely forgot to put the armor multiplier on me. That's silly. Needless to say, pets, very useful in getting blocks that you want and to be able to sell them. So make sure that you have that sorted out. Now with my armor on, so I don't forget and get the multiplier from it. Lastly is Seismic Charge. Loads of people have told you about it. This is the ability to do it, but how to use it effectively within your mine is what's really important as well. This will usually depend on the size of your mine. Right now, mine is maxed out, but sometimes your mine is going to be just small enough that you're able to get rid of it very quickly with your Seismic Charge. And especially if you've maxed out your Seismic Charge, what you want to do is aim to get into the bottom of it relatively, and then what you could do is start just digging it out until you get the Seismic Charge triggered. Once you have it triggered, it'll be able to get into the lower parts of your mine, and with that, explode maximum amount in your mine. Once you triggered it, you slash it to have it supercharged, and you see that it's taken out a whole chunk inside your mine. When your mine is small, that could reset it every single time that you do it, and that'll get you the max amount that you want for the mines and get the max amount of blocks as well. Now all you have to do is know that you've made a giant hole in this area. You might want to move just a little bit further away just to make sure that you're not overlapping with the waste of the blocks and end up going deeper again and looking to get it triggered. There you go again. I was lucky enough to have it happen very soon. Once again, explodes everything. Was a little bit close, but still got 8 million blocks almost from that charge, and probably could have gotten a little bit more if I had a little bit further. But you see, I've just made 2 giant holes in this whole area. This has helped me a lot getting loads of E-tokens. So if you're looking to get quite a bit of E-tokens and blocks sold really quickly, that's a great way of maximizing your Seismic Charge effectively to make sure that you get your mine exploding and reset often enough so that you can get as much E-tokens as soon as possible to rank up your mine. Those are all the little tips and tricks that I've been using to help with making myself reach up to rank 2000. Now let's talk about what you should do before prestiging. Now, being in a gang, super cool, super fun, get to play with friends, you kind of help each other out and make sure that you upgrade those gang points to help each other out. That's great. What's also great is if you have some friends or people that you can trust that have a mine that is at 2000 as well. The reason why this is useful is because then you can have your mine reset and be able to use theirs in starting to get your E-tokens and blocks sold as soon as possible and get yourself moving higher quickly. Now, maybe you don't have that and you're the first one at 2000. Let your gang members or friends join you, sell the blocks on your P shop, set it up so that you can sell the blocks to them, make sure that the money is flowed to them and see if they can reach 2000 at that point, and then make a deal with them that you are going to use their mine afterwards after you prestige to gain to 2000, and then you can play a kind of chain of one person prestiging then the other one prestiging so that you have the usefulness of that mine that's maxed out on their side to help you move forward very quickly so that you're not wasting or losing as much time getting things upgraded as you did when you started from scratch at rank 1 and had to do that all over again. So that's a huge plus if you can get that sorted out in one way or another. Make sure that you're working and playing with non-toxic players so that this is not being like used as a means to take your coins, whatever. But if you've got good friends and you can do that, that'll help you a lot. Another thing you want to look into is upgrading your capacity as high as possible before you prestige. The reason why is this is one of the few items that will not fully reset when you start prestiging, and you'll get a quarter or I think a fifth of it of your capacity. And if that's the case, you should just max that out as much as you possibly can right before you prestige, because you can't take the E-tokens with you anyway. So you might as well make sure that you spend it on the capacity of your backpack so that you have more than enough for when you transition from no prestige to prestige prestige number 1. Last trick before prestiging, get yourself Etoken pouches. The reason why is that if you've got a bunch of Etoken pouches, these are not counted on the reset, and you can use these pouches after the fact to open them and get the E-tokens for it to get yourself ranked up even faster right from the get-go. This is also the same thing for lucky balls if you've removed them from your storage. If you still have some and you have enough room in your private vault, you can grab a bunch of those as well, and it's just additional E-tokens that you can utilize. But anything that is within the storage or any E-tokens that you have on you, those get reset and you don't get those. But if they're in pouch form, if they're in lucky balls and that you have extracted those out and it's in your personal vault, those could be used after the fact, and those will help you quite a lot in leveling up after you've prestiged. Hope those tips and tricks have helped you into reaching rank 2000 on your personal mine, as well as what you should do before you transition into prestiging 1 for the first time. Don't forget, keys are always important as well. Look to trade those out or use them to get extra items as well. But while you're ranking up after you prestige, make sure you keep getting those keys for all the bonuses and opportunities you can get with the items that transition forward. Thank you very much for checking this video out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and join our Discord channel for any suggestions or other questions you might have, as well as just interacting with the group and gang that are there as well. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful day, and good luck on prestiging up and reaching rank 2000 if you haven't already done so. Have a wonderful day. Don't hesitate to check out our other videos, like how to get started on prisons, as well as the whole showcase of the 12 skins that are the best in ranking for the prison server. Talk to you later. Bye.